Joining us today is Darren Crombie, General Manager, Infrastructure and Regional Futures, Growth Management Queensland, Department of Infrastructure and Planning Queensland. He'll be speaking at IIR's Resources and Regions Conference, which takes place on the 27th to 29th of September 2010 in Brisbane. Hello Darren, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
First of all, can you run me through the newly established regional planning bodies in Queensland and what role they perform?
Okay, look, the main one I suppose that is of relevance in this space will be the Regional Development Australia bodies, and there are 12 of those. Those groups are working on a series of regional roadmaps which will help to inform decisions about how we improve the economic, environmental and social vision for each of the regions in the state. Joint partnership between the Commonwealth and state governments. Clearly the calling of the federal election may or may not have an influence on the future of those bodies, but only time will tell. In addition, we have a series of regional plans being prepared across the state. Clearly they're of great interest to the regional communities and to the local governments in the state. Probably all I need to say on that one at this stage, I suspect.
And what benefit will these bodies have in developing regional development and ensuring that it is sustainable and beneficial to all interest groups?
The Regional Development the Regional Development Australia bodies in particular provide an opportunity for the community, industry and stakeholders to provide their view on catalytic projects that need to be undertaken within the regions across the state. These are strategically important to making sure that we've got sustainable regions. They'll provide an opportunity for the community to inform and be informed on a cross-section of issues applying to regions. In addition, there are also a series of regional planning committees, which I should have mentioned earlier, who have a key role in implementing the statutory regional plans that are being rolled across the state. So those groups inform the Minister for Infrastructure and Planning on broad strategic planning issues that impact on the regions, and they have a central role in helping to set the direction and the implementation of our regional planning program as it rolls out across the state.
What do you think will be the key challenges and aims for regional development over the next 12 months?
I think that the challenges that are going to be faced in the regions will be many and varied. I think we're going to see increased pressure on infrastructure and services. I think we're going to see increased pressure on housing affordability, particularly in and around the resource communities, which are evolving very rapidly. Issues around labour and skills shortages, and particularly the attraction and retention of skilled labour will be an ongoing issue. The fact that we're going to have the rollout of the national broadband network and the opportunities that will provide to regions. And I think also how the state government starts to think about the regionalisation question is going to be a key one for regions to engage with, particularly as we start to work out how do we manage continued population growth in the state.
You're speaking on a panel at IIR's Resources and Regions Conference, which takes place on the 27th to 29th of September 2010 in Brisbane. What do you hope to address in the presentation?
At this stage, my expectation is that I'll be addressing in particular the regionalisation strategy that has been brought forward as an action coming out of the region, out of the Growth Summit that the Premier held at the end of March. In that, I hope to be able to discuss our thinking on how that process is evolving and how we're engaging with local government, the RDOs and other key stakeholders through the development of that process. Also hopefully be in a position to discuss our thinking on rolling out a complementary Queensland infrastructure plan.
And finally, what would you like delegates to gain from attending this event?
My main hope is that they'll gain an appreciation of the state government's thinking on managing growth across the state. an appreciation of the infrastructure challenge that we face in the state, and how the regionalisation strategy in particular will be a way of helping to address those pressures that we're all facing in this broad community.
Darren Crombie, thanks very much for your time today.
Okay, thanks.